Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time. Uh, no real excuses, been busy with work, some family things going on, things I needed to take care of. And I don't feel any pressure to film on any kind of schedule. I film stuff when I feel like filming and when I feel like I have the time and when I'm in the right mood. So I felt like showing my PS1 collection. Um, I guess at the time PS1 was big. I was on N64 for sure. A good friend of mine was all about, oh, the games are on discs and the graphics are better, and you've got Metal Gear Solid and you've got Twisted Metal, and he had all these franchises. So I got to play all these games because a friend had them. But me at the time, I was like, man, you're crazy. Mario 64. You know, we didn't grow up with a lot of money, so for me, I had to make a choice, and Mario, Donkey Kong, just Nintendo was the console I asked for, and I grew up in a one console kind of household. But I did get to play a lot of the PS1. Uh, it's the beginning of Sony as a gaming franchise, so you've got the beginnings of Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Metal Gear Solid, all amazing platformers, action games, racing games, like Gran Turismo, simulator racing. All this stuff started on the PS1, so I think it's a great system. I don't have anything for it. I'm kind of looking at the games around me. I don't have anything for it crazy expensive. There are games for it that are definitely pricey. I don't really have any of them, but I do have some that are a little higher in value. So about 180 games here. Really quickly, I'll just show you. This is the original, the PS1. Gray brick console. So I do have that version. They did later come out with this version, which is the mini. So I have those two. And then really quick, I only have three kind of special, not special editions, but just things that are a little different. I do have a copy of Parasite Eve. This is the Japanese version. I don't seek out imports, but this is just a guy was selling a bundle of games and this was in there and I took it. Another one I found recently that I really like is the Arctic Lad collection. I got this for a great deal. It's Working Designs, really nice collection. That's getting up, I think, close to $100 or so in value, so that's one of the pricier games I have for this system. Anyway, with those special editions kind of out of the way, we will get into... So I guess PS1 games came out in regular CD cases, and some came out in these long box cases. So here's a regular game, long box. So I'll go through the long boxes first, I guess, because they're big. Alien Trilogy. We have Doom. This is really sweet. You don't see this all that often in a long box. Really happy to find that. This is Gunship. Another one that's tough to find. King's Field. That one's a little bit pricier, I think. I don't know. The values on these things fluctuate. Loaded. One of my favorite long boxes that I have, Mortal Kombat 3. Again, you don't find it in the long box all that often. This one was in excellent shape. I found that for a really good deal as well. This is Aerosmith Revolution X. Never even tried that. I have no idea what it is. And the original Twisted Metal long box. Love these games, by the way. Twisted Metal's great. So, those are all the long boxes. As for the regular games... Oh, and then I also have this. It's just like a memory card holder, and you put your memory cards in it. I thought it was really cool. You don't see it that often. But it is a really cool way of storing memory cards, because memory cards is something that, for these old systems, before they had internal memory, you had to have them. And it was tough because you'd lose them, they'd be hard to find, you didn't know where your memory card was, so that thing's pretty cool. Alright, these are in alphabetical order, And I try to collect mostly Black Label. There's a couple greatest hits in here. I usually keep the greatest hits till I find the upgrade. 3 Extreme. Army Men Air Attack. Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. The Army Men games are really fun. Atari Classics Anniversary Edition Remix. Asteroids Deluxe, Battlezone, Black Widow, Centipede, Missile Command, Pong. So, nice little collection. Barbie Super Sports. I must have found that somewhere for 50 cents or 25 cents. Battle Stations. Battle Sport. The PS1 had a huge library. I think it's 800 or 900 games, so definitely some filler, but Beyblade, Let It Rip. My kids used to play Beyblade all the time. Big Bass Fishing. Big Bass World Championship. Excellent series here. Bloody Roar 1 and Bloody Roar 2. I found those, I remember, at a thrift shop that sells all their games for like $2 or $3, so $2 or $3 a piece there. Board Game Top Shop. I have no idea what this is. I have not played it. Excellent one here that's also getting pricey. Brave Fencer Musashi. Really fun. We've got Breakout, which is... I remember the old Breakout, so that's like a 3D version, I guess. Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. We got... What the hell is this? Burstrick Wakeboarding? That's a Natsume game. Never heard of it. Bushido Blade. Fighting series. This one is actually pricey. Bust-A-Groove. I found this somewhere for cheap. Have not played it. I think it's in the $60 or $70 range now. Not really sure why it's pricey. Maybe it's good. Bust-A-Move 99. Cabela's Big Game Hunter Ultimate Challenge. This one is just called Card Games. Probably not very good. And this one is just called Chess. It was a funny time for video games. This one is Greatest Hits, unfortunately. Chrono Cross. Eventually I'll probably get a Black Label of that. Codename Tenka. Cool Borders 4. The Cool Borders games, I love those. They're a lot of fun. Courier Crisis. Alright, so now we're going to get into some of the series that are a little more well known, that have kind of stood the test of time. Crash Bandicoot. The first one, excellent game. You know, one of the best platforming series. I had this. This was like $50 at one point. I think since they're starting to put a lot of these remasters out, they've done the Spyro remaster, they've done the Crash Insane Trilogy. As those come out and people can get them for their modern consoles for like $30 with like 3 games on one cartridge or disc, they're more likely to spend their money on that than something like this. But this was about $50. Now it's down to probably 10 or 15, maybe 20. But Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. And Crash Bandicoot Warped. Crash Team Racing. And then this actually has a little bit of value to it. It's the Crash Bandicoot Collector's Edition, which comes with those 3 games. Crash Team Racing, Crash Bandicoot Warped, and Crash Bash. So, kind of a nice little package there. Dexter's Laboratory, Mandark's Lab. Die Hard Trilogy. These games always hold their value for any console. Doesn't matter what it is. Look them up on price charting. None of these games are under $20 in this whole franchise. Digimon. You can buy Digimon on the DS. You can buy it on PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, probably PlayStation 3, Xbox. I mean, it doesn't. They all hold their value. None of the Digimon games are cheap. That is Digimon World. There's Digimon World 2. And Digimon World 3. Another couple games that I just found for, again, I think $2 a piece. Dino Crisis 1, Dino Crisis 2. Excellent games. Capcom, almost like Resident Evil as far as the controls, but not as stealth and survival, more action. With dinosaurs, really fun. I think my only sealed game, Dirt Jockey. That one is factory sealed. I'm not a sealed collector. When I find them, I definitely pick them up. Disney's 101 Dalmatians 2. Disney's Donald Duck Going Quackers. Disney's Lilo and Stitch. And the way I decide, this is a tangent, but in the gaming community, it's so funny when people talk about how they list their collections. Do you put the word "the" when you're doing it alphabetical? Some people don't even use alphabetical, but if you do you put the word "the"? Do you put Disney first? So I use GameEye to track my whole collection, and I just decided that for every console I would use their list. That way it's just easy. So and they do put the Disney first. So Disney's Return to Neverland. Dragonheart Fire and Steel. Haven't played that one. Excellent game. Driver 2. I love that one. That one I did play a lot in the old days of the system. Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Duke Nukem games are always fun. Evil Dead Hail to the King. I haven't played the Evil Dead games. I have most of them. So here we're obviously going to get into a franchise that everybody knows. We got Final Fantasy Anthology, which has 5 and 6. There is Final Fantasy 7. I'm filming this in May of 2020, so the remake has just come out. Have not played that yet. Apparently, I'm looking around. It looks like I don't have Final Fantasy 8. I thought I do. I probably do. Somewhere. Final Fantasy 9. Floating Runner Quest for the 7 Crystals. Forsaken. I haven't played this, but I do remember playing Forsaken on 64 back in the day. Fox Kids Micro Maniacs Racing. Here's a cool franchise. We've got Frogger. Frogger 2, Swampy's Revenge. Galaga Destination Earth. Another one I got. Galarians. Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. The Gex games are fun, but hopefully we'll get a Gex remaster at some point. I liked it, but there's the original Gran Turismo. The Gran Turismo games, they're fun, but I think I just prefer maybe sort of more of an arcade style racer. When it comes to the super simulated racing, it's has never really been my forte all that much, but so this I don't have. This is the Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition, which has Grand Theft Auto 2, and Grand Theft Auto Mission Pack London 1969. So this actually is worth a little bit of money. I don't see it all that often. I don't think it's like crazy rare, but you don't see it that often. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Heart of Darkness. Cool game, but tough. Like, I feel like in this era, when it comes to these kinds of games, PS1, even well, all the way back to the NES, some of the games are so hard if you kind of didn't grow up with them and like learn the patterns and learn the buttons. Like somebody who grew up with this will be like, "Oh, watch," and they'll just fly through. Like, if you didn't, it's weird to get a hang of it. The controls are kind of strange, but it was cool. It was a cool game. Hexen, another one I haven't played on PS1, but I remembered it on 64. Jade Cocoon's Story of the Tamamayu. I don't know this game at all. I do have Jade Cocoon 2 as well. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to make a little stack here. I don't collect these necessarily, but when I find them, I keep them. PlayStation Underground Jam Pack, Winter 2000. So these were like demo discs. This has demos of Crash Bash, Spyro, Cool Borders, 101 Dalmatians, Army Tack, Spider-Man. So they're just like playable demos. I don't really collect them per se. Jet Moto 2. I apparently don't have Jet Moto 1, but that was a fun franchise. Kingsfield 2. It's kind of a rare one. Kiss Pinball. Knockout Kings 2000. Land Before Time. Great Valley Racing Adventure. And Land Before Time Return to the Great Valley. Probably a platformer. Haven't played it. Legend of Dragoon. Lots of great PS1 RPGs. Here's another one, Legend of Legaia. A lot of the good RPGs that people still play today, that they're still making, you know, Final Fantasy, stuff like that, got its start on the PS1. Lego Island 2, The Brickster's Revenge. And Lego Rock Raiders. Looney Tunes Racing. The Lost World Jurassic Park. That one has a cool lenticular cover, which probably doesn't come through on the camera. M&M's Shell Shocked. Stay down, Layla. I got the dog trying to get in here. She's going to mess up my whole thing. Madden 2000. Oh, that's the only one I have. Usually when I look through my collections, I get to the Madden section and I think, why do I have 6 Madden games for this console when I don't play them? Martian Gothic Unification. Weird game. Kind of like Resident Evil in the controls. Tried it once. It was fun, but I got stuck pretty quickly. Mary Kate and Ashley Crush Course. Remember when they were a thing? Excellent series here. Mega Man 8 Anniversary Collector's Edition. Mega Man Legends. Mega Man X4. Mega Man X5. I still love Mega Man games. They're really hard. Great series. MLB 99. Monster Rancher 2. That's one that's not easy to find. Monster Rancher Hopabout. Another one I found, I remember, at a thrift store for cheap. It's missing the back artwork, so it's not complete, but it was cool to find for cheap. Mort the Chicken. Gave that one a try the other day. Kind of strange platformer. Moto Racer. Moto Racer World Tour. Stay down. Mrs. Pac-Man Maze Madness. The Mummy. I actually haven't given this a try. Movie was cool. I heard the game was okay. Myst. It's kind of a classic. NASCAR 99. I'm determined to not let these stacks fall. NASCAR 99 Legacy Collector's Edition. I actually couldn't find that on in the app that I use to catalog my collection, so I don't know if it's rare or hard to find or what. Need for Speed, High Stakes. The Next Tetris. NFL Blitz 2000. NFL Game Day 2000. NFL Game Day 99. NHL Face Off 98. No Fear Downhill Mountain Bike Racing. No One Can Stop Mr. Domino. Nuclear Strike. Pac-Man World. Those games are fun. Pandemonium 2. It's a nice one. The original Parasite Eve. Planet of the Apes. A couple stacks left. Getting down to the end. Pocket Fighter. It's a good one. Pong, The Next Level. Pro Pinball. Pro Pinball Big Race USA. Pro Pinball Fantastic Journey. I don't know why I have so much Pro Pinball. I must have found them all in the same place. Cubert. Rallycross 2. Reboot. And Real Fishing. Another Natsume title. I try to grab Natsume games whenever I can. Okay, here's some classics. Resident Evil 2. Excellent game. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Again, the values on these are probably dropping because they're remaking everything, but Resident Evil Director's Cut. Resident Evil Survivor. Gotta love the Resident Evil stuff. Okay. Ridge Racer, Revolution. Those are fun racing games. This is a good one. I found this one pretty cheap too. Rival Schools. Fighter. Got a little bit of value to it. Road Trip Vacation 2012. Don't know what that is. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Remember that was a thing? I'm a guy who likes complete collections. I'm going for complete sets of sort of everything. So, will I go on eBay and spend $6 on Sabrina the Teenage Witch? No. But if I'm buying somebody's whole collection or I see it somewhere for a quarter, I'm going to buy it. Hydrocross. Oh, Sea-Doo. I guess that's a Sea-Doo jet ski game. Shooter, Starfighter, Sandvane? I don't know what that is. Shrek Treasure Hunt. The original Silent Hill. Very cool. I'd like to have it not greatest hits. Again, I feel like there's not a lot of... There's new stuff coming out, but I feel like with the Silent Hill game, or the Resident Evil remasters doing really well, I feel like Silent Hill might be next, which... It's good and bad, man. I don't know. It's good because it introduces these classic franchises to a new generation of gamers that otherwise, you know, they don't have a PS1 and they're never going to discover Silent Hill unless... But at the same time, if we grew up with them, it kind of takes what we grew up with and changes it quite a bit. But a sort of pricey game. This was Silhouette Mirage, another working designs title. I'm not exactly sure what it's... No, Layla. This dog wants in my lap so bad. But soon, because we're all the way up to S. Sim Theme Park. This is just called Slots. I can imagine playing slot machines on a PS1, but that's what it is. Soviet Strike. Spec Ops Covert Assault. And Spec Ops Ranger Elite. Spider-Man. It's a cool one. SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. Sports Car GT. Here's another classic franchise. So this is the disc out of the collector's edition box, but I don't have the whole box set of it. But that's Ripto's Rage, and then Spyro. What is this? Oh, Spyro Year of the Dragon, and then the original Spyro, also out of the collector's edition. Those discs are a little bit more when they're out of the collector's edition, but not a crazy amount. Okay, hang on. I got one stack on the ground. I got to get up here, and this is the final stack. What is it, like T through Z? Actually, I don't think I have any games that start with Z. I think nope. My other last game starts with a Y. Starfighter, Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, Stuart Little 2, Siphon Filter. That's a great series. That's the original there. This is called Tall Infinity. No clue what it is. Great fighting series. There's Tekken 2 and Tekken 3. Games that are still being, coming out today. Tempest X. Tempest X3, apparently it's called. Test Drive 4 and Test Drive 5. Test Road Off-Road 3. Theme Hospital. That's one where you run your own hospital. You control the budget. Kind of pricey, as a matter of fact. Tiger Shark. Sorry about the glare. I don't know if it's on there or not, but Tiny Tank. Toka Championship Racing. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lone Wolf. Tomb Raider Chronicles. Tomb Raider 2. And Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. I know I have 3 somewhere, but I don't see it. Another one, I found this the other day for $2. Tomba. Unfortunately, no cover art, but $60 or $70 game for $2. Snagged it. It's kind of funny because I found like 5 games and they all were complete except for that one. I told my buddy Nick, he goes, yeah, the most expensive games for some reason are never complete. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, one of my favorite series of all time. Tony Hawk 2. I used to jam out so much on those games. They're probably done with for now. Apparently the last one was pretty bad. I played this a bunch too as a kid with my friends. Twisted Metal 2. Twisted Metal 3. Twisted Metal 4. So I do have all of them. The original one I did have on long box. Vandal Hearts. Coming down to the last few here. Virtual Kasparov is chess, I believe. WCW versus the World. Wild Arms 2. Williams Arcade's Greatest Hits, which is Bubbles, Defender, Defender 2, Joust, Robotron, and Sinistar. And the last game is You Don't Know Jack, Mach 2. So, thanks for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed. Comment below any... I know that there's some big ones that I'm missing. But comment any fun games you like on the PS1. Thoughts about the PS1. Anything like that. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, it's 180 or so games, so getting close to 200. Always looking. Never buying eBay lots or anything, but just kind of always looking. I'm on the hunt for whatever I can find at a cheap price. I don't know what collection I'll do next. Logically, after PS1 comes PS2. My PS2 collection is very large. I can see now this video is almost 30 minutes, and my PS2 collection has closer to like 600 games. So that would be a nice long video that I don't know if anybody would want to sit through, but I like collection videos, so I've sat through them plenty of times. So I might do that next. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll catch you all guys soon. Missed one. Kind of a big one. Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear Solid. I do have it as well. I don't know why. I must have had it set off to the side or something. But anyway, there's the whole collection. See you guys later. And sorry about the glare, guys, but this is how I keep them displayed. I basically keep the PS1 consoles up there because I have a PS2 that will play all the PS1 games anyway, so to have the extra hardware set up doesn't really make a lot of sense. But so I keep those three up there. They just look nice. And then here's the whole setup there, long boxes, standards, and then here's the rest. And then I just keep a little Parappa the Rapper and a Mega Man there, kind of holding up the extra space, and that's a little Parappa the Rapper sign. But that's how I keep them like that. And then as you can see, PSP goes below it, and Dreamcast below that. But really nice shelving here to hold that, so that's how the collection looks when it's all put back.